so Sabra Menoka say the ECG, the Electricity Company of Ghana, Menoka say they are back in focus after information about air party say yeba beton. Now Menoka say Honorable Dr. John Jinapor, who happens to be the Minister of Energy or the Simbia Babetuja, and also no Menoka say you could see an audio of a clash happening here all because of ECG sale. Now Menoka say John Jinapor Ababe Kasa because previously it was reported that ECG will be sold. So at the end of the day it can be in a better position because in regards to the previous government, ECG was each and every time making a loss. So the previous government decided to say and compare then they will diversify it and now say they'll privatize it in a bit and I'm a foreign company as a foreign company and the power distribution sector, that is PDS. I mean, okay, say no, I'm going to be a whole lot of demonstration course so Menoka say no yenti me anasa sale of ECG in Amber. So when Mahama came to power, the sale of ECG have now come back in focus, and now Dr. Jinapor Edin Simbi Ababe Tuja. You share the whole screen so ever has say with Star FM. Or see ECG will not be sold. Energy Minister clarifies private sector participation. So yeah. December 30th, the Minister of Energy Edin Simbi Ebetuja about the potential sale of ECG and all addressing the issues are air course so you read the screens so or say the Minister of Energy and Green Transition has situated that Electricity Company of Ghana ECG will not be sold, addressing concerns raised by the Public Utilities Workers PUWU over the selection of a transaction advisor for private sector participation PSP. The statement comes after the Public Utility Workers Union of the Trade Union Congress PUWUTUC Ghana raised alarms over what it described as a rash government move towards PSP in ECG. So the PSP, the public sector participation. So the government is saying, okay, we will not sell ECG, but we want to include the private sector. So that at the end of the day, we can better manage ECG. So that at the end of the day, losses are more making, and of course, remember, so we be a public sector run and our own piano. Another door now, they run at a loss. At the end of the day, the efficiency and the quality and the effectiveness, any hosa and not, Mahama administration, your margin said they want to include what we call the PSP, which is the public sector participation. And Jinapor Air Party said, yes, they want to include the private sector in it, but then they don't want to sell it. Also, according to press release signed by Richmond Roxon, the ministry spokesperson, government of Ghana does not intend to and will not sell ECG. The approved private sector participation framework is not a sale or a divestiture. Rather, it involves a strategic deployment of private sector expertise through multiple concession arrangements to support and improve specific operational areas of ECG. The ministry explained that Cabinet, under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, approved PSP in April 2025 as part of a wider reform agenda aimed at improving billing, revenue collection, service delivery, and reducing losses within the company. So the ministry is saying, okay, they will not sell ECG, but then this is what they want to do. ECG have a whole lot of, your friend is subsets. It's in ECG or more billing, or more engineers, or more co-kind, so solve the issues, or more contractors, or more new wires, or more servicing, or more procure near as a baby, because ECG is big, managing all of it as a buy usually a bimut so what they are doing is say baby or and most of the things on my factory also on me JM am a private sector NAPS, which is the private sector participation until be a billing at the private company say you take charge of billing or be so or because okay take charge of the engineering, take charge of the servicing into be able to be now ECG will oversee all of them, and at the end of the day, they will make accounts and I say they will audit these kind of companies and the PSP. I say while acknowledging that ECG performance has improved since 2025, the ministry noted that critical changes remain, which could threaten the company's financial sustainability and stability of the power sector if not adequately addressed. The ministry reaffirmed its commitment to protecting workers' interests, strengthening ECG, and ensuring a reliable, efficient, and sustainable power for all Ghanaians. for all Ghanaians. It in sema omo air canon say ECG no dear omunya enton no and omo say why acknowledge that ECG performance have not improved since January. The ministry noted that critical challenges remain, which will threaten the company's financial sustainability and stability of the power sector if not adequately addressed. The ministry reaffirmed commitment to protecting workers' interests, strengthening ECG, and ensuring a reliable, efficient, and sustainable power sector for all Ghanaians. So here, ECG for Mopa said ECG for any Minister of Energy, Jinapor said ECG will not be. So meanwhile, a conversation had gone on about what the NPP is describing as a move by the NDC to sell ECG.
With the PDS. So now people hear anything.
But why do we not know anything about this but for TUC? Why did we not hear? Even you as a journalist, it feels like it's been sprung on me.
Nothing is being done. He should give me, I want him to give me that evidence to ascertain the fact that we've kickstarted anything. I would really be grateful if your producers could help us.
Can your producers project TUC statement, TUC and the public utility workers?
So what she is saying is
that the statement categorically mentions that your government, it clearly means that maybe you are not even part of the decision makers of your government and that you are only inflating your sense of importance in your government. Because the statement clearly mentions that your government has appointed a transaction advisor, and that is why the TUC is kicking against the move. So if you sit here to ask me, if you sit here to ask me to provide my evidence, clearly it means you haven't even read the TUC statement. And you are supposed to be here to be representing the government. The government that has appointed a transaction advisor to privatize ECG. And you ask me to provide them. I am not under any obligation to provide any evidence.
So I like to think that she says that there hasn't been any.
About the TUC, have you read the TUC statement? They should project the TUC statement for her to read it.
Well,
maybe she hasn't read the TUC statement.
In fact, I am even back to the IMF. I have just quoted the TUC statement. I am back to what even the IMF says.
Right.
You know, right. If TUC statement is in dispute.
Right. The TUC statement is not supposed to be in dispute.
Here on this table, it is.
No, it shouldn't be in dispute.
But of course,
it shouldn't be. Your producer somebody. No, your producer should do as honest to project the statement.
As for the statement, I have it right here.
Absolutely, you can read the statement.
And I am saying that.
So it is not in dispute that this government has appointed a transaction advisor. I am not the one saying it. It is the TUC saying it. So if she doesn't know, it means she is not on top of the issues relating to this government.
I mean,
because I'm not the one saying it. I am not the one making.
To be on top of every issue.
No, she's supposed to be on top of the issues because she's here to represent the government. And so if the TUC is red flagging, a transaction that her government is undertaking, she's supposed to know and not to come here to ask me to provide my evidence. Am I the transaction advisor for
I'm just going to put the statements up now and we'll read it together. We'll arrive at a conclusion. Let's have the statements shortly. I'll put it up there. But what even gives flesh to that statement, Rosemont, and which I'm concerned about is that but for the IMF report, which actually is where the TUC is taking its distress statement from, that there is some sort of privatization. In fact, now I don't know whether to say it's private government partnership or it's privatization.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership. On which level? For ECG, on the value chain, which level would we likely to be seeing this partnership? Is it at the revenue collection level? Is it at what point? At what the metering level? At what point are we? And reason why I'm also quite unsettled is the fact that but for the TUC, but for the IMF, we have not seen any official indication from the government. This is my concern.
Okay, so maybe before I speak to your question, and he has sought to just attack me, my personality and my persona. And when he came here, he said, "Please don't attack you."
I haven't attacked.
No, because I'd let her land first.
Because if I want to attack you, I'll go frontal. But I haven't attacked it. I haven't.
Stay calm. I want to hear her first. She must make her case before we arrive at whether it's an attack.
No,
but you've not even heard her say anything yet.
Because he clearly said, "Please don't attack me."
I haven't said you shouldn't please attack me.
He said at a point in time,
but I haven't attacked you.
I was about to say something. He just interjected. "Oh, please don't attack," because I
put him to order. He won't interject because he don't interject again.
You understand? And now he just sought to attack my persona. Tell me that I'm ignorant. And what makes you think you're intelligent?
Okay.
So he said that. So I didn't want to interject. So I wanted you to quickly come in. That you cannot call a lady ignorant.
I'm not sure I heard
He said that. He said that.
Okay.
I think you missed that. But I didn't want to, mess up. Because I'm a lady, I didn't want to, mess up the whole show.
So Kwesi, if you said she's ignorant.
Do I have the right to respond? Do I have the right to respond?
Please respond, and I'm going to go to the statement shortly.
But I haven't said she's...
It's a memo, yeah, madam.